Now, let me answer a question that most people have asked and have bothered themselves over. Why do most ministers of God die young? Let me put it in perspective. Why do most pastors or prophets die early? It's a question that many people have asked themselves. The question that many people have now bothered themselves over. It's a question that most people, have thought about. Why do men of God die early? Because it's a thing of concern. Most ministers of God die even before they reach 70. And the least age anyone should reach up to is 120. That's the standard. You can live more than that, but that is the standard. 120 years. Why do most men of God die before they reach their 60s? Die before they reach their 70s? Even the great men of God. Now look at ministers of God like Prophet T.B. Joshua, like Dr. Miles Monroe. Okay, look at ministers of God like the late Archbishop Benson Idahosa. They all died within their 50s, some 40s, some 60s. Most ministers of God just die. What is really wrong? And I begin to pray and study the scriptures and ask the Lord to give me an answer to this question, so as to share and clear our doubts. Why do pastors die young? And this is it. Let me answer the question quickly. Ministers of God die early because their essence have been used up. Every human being is born with essence, is born with a mission, okay, a destiny to fulfill on earth. Every minister of God is born with a destiny to fulfill, and that minister of God, once he or she is done, exhausting the essence, the essence is the purpose for living, why you are actually alive. Once you have exhausted everything and now you are empty, you have finished your mission, you will go back to God, because God has sent you on earth to fulfill a mission, to establish something with an assignment, a mandate to fulfill. Once you fulfill your part in that mandate to its completion, you are leaving the world, no matter how old you get. So if you finish your mandate on earth at 45, you will die. Okay, that is the way God preserves the souls of the people he sends, especially human beings. He preserves human beings like that, because if you have exhausted your mandate, now there's nothing left for you to do on earth. Satan can then confuse you, which will now lead you astray, and then after working for God, you now die and go to hell, because Satan will try to confuse you, to lead you into error after you have worked so much for God. So God is like, each time when you are done with your mission, you will go. When you are done with all you are supposed to do, he will call you home. He will give you the signal. He will take you away from the earth. Physically you die, and people wonder why you died so early, because you finish your mandate too early. Okay? Yes, nobody has a specific time or age that you were supposed to die. God give you a mission. Once you will live as long as you have not yet fulfilled that mission. So if you fulfill the mission at 80, you die at 80. I'm telling you a mystery. I'm showing you a mystery. Once you have done with your mission, you are going. So most ministers now are fulfilling their mandates too early. That's why they are dying too early. Now you think that it's untimely. In the eyes of God, most ministers die timely, because according to God, life is not measured by age, but life is measured by how much you have done for the Lord. Now if you do and fulfill your ministry at 95, you will die at 95. Okay, so now it's up to the believer, it's up to the human being, it's up to the pastor, the prophet, who have received a mandate for God, to know how fast he will use his essence. Remember the Apostle Paul in the book of 2 Timothy. He said, I have finished my course, I have run the race, I have kept my faith. Means Paul is done with everything he's supposed to do. So there's nothing left for him to do. He's to return back to God. Okay? And God will call you through any means. Yes. God may call you through sickness, though God does not call people through sickness. He rarely does that. But sometimes God just takes you away. And physically, you see the man of God just die. And now you are worried. Why did he die early? This is the reason. Now, you ask yourself, but do you mean to say that our lifespan is measured by how much God gave you to fulfill? That's what I mean. Now, this is the mistake most ministers of God make. That's why they die early. I want to reveal it to you. See, your essence is captured in the mandate God gave you to fulfill. And most ministers of God get drunk by their ecstasy or by their passion to serve God. And now, instead of counting their days by their essence, they begin to use their essence so much that they have no essence left, and they return back to the Father. They return back to God and are rewarded for their work, and they enter into the rest of the Lord. They enter into their Sabbath. Okay? So now, most ministers of God, you see most ministers of God, young ministers, they are in their 20s. They don't want to calm down and live life small. They don't want to take everything by process. They want to do everything now, and they are very young. They want to reach out to the whole world in their 20s. They want to make great exploits in their 20s. If they make all the exploits they were supposed to make before they reach 40, what use will there be living after they are done with their mission? They'll go. And as they go back, now you see they die early. But in the eyes of God, they have completed their mission, so they have to return. So this is how most ministers of God die early, because they fulfill their mandate too quickly. Okay? They don't fulfill their mandate step by step. It's just like in the physical realm. You can build a house within 1 year. The same house, you can build it within 2 years. The same house, you can build it within 6 months or even 2 months. It's based on how much time you compress into making sure that that work is done speedily. Okay, so you can build your house within 6 months. You know how you space everything to make sure everything is done, so you have longer time to spend building the house. But some people just want the house to be done quickly, and so they compress everything, working day and night, just to see that that house is built. Once the house is built, there'll be no use of building it anymore, so you just move into it, right? Same thing. Once you are done with your mission, if you work day and night to fulfill your mandate, because you are drawn by that initial passion of youth to serve the Lord, and you finish all your essence, because there are series of tasks that God sends you to fulfill on earth. Your life is a mission. Every mission has series of tasks. Once you are done with this task, he moves you to another one. When you finish that one, he moves you to another one. So you can fulfill more than 10 tasks in under 1 week. So most ministers of God have millions of tasks to accomplish. You can accomplish them in either 1 year, or accomplish them in 3 years, or accomplish them in even 40 years. So most people accomplish those tasks too quickly because they want to just work for God. They don't take time to rest. They don't take time to take care of themselves, or to take time to do other physical things that can extend their time. No, they want to focus on serving the Lord. So they think that I will focus on my life later, and I will use my youth to serve the Lord aggressively, and their essence is going. Once they finish all their missions and they exhaust all the essence, they will go. Now you wonder why the man died. He did not marry. He could not have a child. He died in his 30s, and he just went to be with the Lord. He has finished his mission. He has gone. But you see, he could not enjoy his life. That's why God give us other tasks to fulfill. That's why God created other avenues we can exploit without necessarily fulfilling his mandate at the same time. That's why there's marriage. That's why there's sex. That's why there is business. You can indulge in all that, and understand, to prolong the time. This is a mystery I'm teaching you. So when you begin to indulge in other aspects than focusing solely on the work of God, the truth is that once you are done with that work, you exhaust the entire mission. God will call you home. That is how most ministers of God, they die at 60. Some they die at 45. They are done with their work. So what are they doing there? I'm not talking about untimely death where the devil cut your life short. I'm talking about when you are done with your work and God had to call you home. So most ministers of God, Satan has no control over the life of a servant of God. Okay, Satan has no power except God chooses to actually take you home. Satan has no such power to kill a servant of God, especially great men of God. So most great men of God that die untimely, they die because they have exhausted all that God sent them to fulfill. They were doing it quickly. So people should not be surprised. I'm trying to teach you a mystery so you understand these things. Look at the late prophet T.B. Joshua, for example. Look at how swiftly he was doing his work, helping people, hosting crusades, doing humanitarian projects here and there. It was as if he was speeding up. He did his ministry within 30 years and he himself has gone. The ministry is still here on earth. Look at Dr. Miles Monroe, flying all around the world. I understand, doing everything quickly because they were consumed with that desire to serve God, and they ignored major other aspects of their lives, and they went to be with God. They went to be with God, and now you are wondering why they died early. It's because they wasted their essence. One of the ways ministers of God waste too much essence is to share their assignment. When I'm talking about share the assignment, I'm talking about divide. To infill their ideas and their spirit into someone, to transfer part of their essence into someone else. You know what we call impartation? When ministers of God come and the pastor is imparting them. What the pastor is doing, he may not know. He's actually reducing his lifespan because he's cutting part of his essence into someone else. He's transferring part of his spirit into someone else. Okay, and as he's transferring part of his spirit, those people now will carry some assignment he was supposed to fulfill. So if he was supposed to fulfill, supposed to fulfill either 1 million assignments, he may only fulfill 500,000, and he has shared to so many people. Now when he's done with 500,000, he will go because the people he has transferred to will do the remaining one that he has transferred to them. So you see ministers of God imparting people, they will die. They will soon die. When I see ministers of God imparting people on rampage, every Sunday he's transferring, imparting mantles, such ministers will not live long, except they calm down. Now, that's how people die. Look at Elijah. Was he transferred the double portion? He's gone. Look at people who transfer double portions, even in the Bible, who transfer mantles, they don't live very long. Because what you have transferred is half of your assignment. You have transferred part of your grace, part of your essence into someone else. So that part you have transferred, you cannot get it back. Yes. That's why ministers who are imparting people are paying a huge price. Because what they are paying is part of their lifespan. Because your lifespan is determined by your essence. So how long you take to fulfill your essence determines how long you will live on this earth realm. Remember, you came from God and you will return to God. So now this one most people don't understand. This is a mystery I'm showing you. If you can understand this thing, it's a great mystery. And if you're a minister of God hearing me, it will help you on how to live longer. That's if you want to. You can decide. If you use your essence too much, you will go to be with the Lord shortly. And when you go, you will enter your rest. When you are done with your mission, you will go. That's it. Yes, that is it. Look at Apostle John in the New Testament. Let me show you from the New Testament. Peter was imparting people. How old did he die? He didn't die much. He didn't live too long. Look at Paul. Everywhere he was imparting. I'm not talking about healing people. I'm talking about imparting graces on people. He died at 60. Look at other apostles. They died through many ways and they never lived. Look at the only apostle that lived old and died a natural death was the Apostle John. Check his ministry. He was not imparting people. He was not imparting anybody. In fact, the only time we read about John doing miracles in the Bible was when he went to Samaria, and when him and the apostle Peter healed that man from the beautiful gate. He did not do so much like that. Now, he never got the fame he wanted. Peter and Paul were the ones reigning, and they died early because they were using their essence. John used most of his essence in writing and in studying and in helping people. That's why he lived long. It's not really because God chose that he should live long. No, it's because his essence have not yet been wasted. He did not use his essence so much. So when he was done with his essence, God decided to take him. Yes, that's just it. So understand this. Look at the ministers of God that are very old. They check their ministry. They rarely impacted people. They never shared their mandate with anybody, like prophetic impartation. They did their ministry, some with help. They did their ministry. Look at Kenneth Hagin in the US, imparting people. How old was he before he died? Look at other ministers in the US. Look at the life of Billy Graham. He died at 99, right? He never imparted people much. He didn't even impart people. He doesn't have a church. He's an evangelist. He helped crusade, winning people to Christ, preaching from John 3:16, healing people and saving souls until he died at the rightful age of 99. Means he was done with his ministry, with his mission at 99. He left. He left. Look at Rehab Bonke. He died at 79. Watch his ministry. He didn't impart people much, but he was imparting people often. When he goes to his crusades, he imparts pastors. That was one of the reasons he died at that age. It's a mystery. It's a mystery. So as a minister of God, know this. Whenever you lay hands on someone to transfer a certain grace, you are cutting your life short. So now, if you are a minister and you have done this, either you have been imparting people, what do you do to secure long life? What do you do to secure long life? There are 3 things you do. The first thing you do is to spend more time with God than you spend with people. Yes, that's the first thing you do. When you spend more time with God than you actually spend with people, as you go to God, there's a refill. Watch this. Most of the ministers that died early never spend much time with God. They spend much time with the masses than they actually spend with God. Most of them, they go to crusade, they are always leaving the country, and they are moving here and there too often that they don't even have time to pray. They don't even have much time for a retreat. Because once you begin to commune with God, there's a refill of virtue. That virtue is part of your life. There's a refill of essence, because your essence is in your mandate. There's a refill. Yes, as you begin to commune with God, the Lord will give you more tasks to accomplish. Those tasks He adds to your already existing tasks, increases your lifespan. So you have more tasks to fulfill, which result in more essence and which result in more life, more years. The second thing you do, as you spend time with God and spend less time with people, try your best to be careful with your health. Yes, be careful with your health. Because if the devil cannot deceive you to waste all your essence, watch this. Satan wants Christians to die young, especially if you are a minister of God. Especially if you are terrorizing hell. Satan will want you to die early. Yes, Satan doesn't care if you go to heaven. He just wants you out of this world, because you are a threat to him, and he will do anything to make sure you are out of this world. So he does anything within his power to make sure you get out. So if Satan cannot kill you through witchcraft because you are immune by the blood of Jesus, if Satan cannot deceive you to waste your essence by imparting people here and there, and by fulfilling your ministry too much, and you fulfill your mission at a young age and you get out, Satan will attack your health. Now there's a mystery of your body. Let me point this out. Your body is a house, a temple, a tabernacle, as the Bible puts it. 2 Corinthians 5 from verse 1. The Bible says, when this earthly tabernacle is done with, we will receive a new tabernacle, talking about a new body. So this your earthly body is mortal, means it can die. And watch this, your spirit is the life power of your body, is the life wire. For the body without the spirit is dead, so also faith without works is dead, the Apostle James said. So your body without your spirit is dead. So physically you think it's your heart that is, as long as your heart is healthy, your spirit can function. No, once your spirit is out of your body is dead, no matter how healthy your body is. Okay, and if your body is sick and so deteriorated to a point that it can no more cope up, it will shut down and your spirit will be forced to check out of your body. Yes, that's why the devil attacks most ministers of God with sickness. You see them getting sick, and those sickness is aimed at deteriorating your health state to a point that your body cannot more stay on, your body shuts down and your spirit is forced to check out whether or not it has completed the mandate God sent you. So as you spend more time with God and commune with the Father, receive a refilling of virtue, you must also be careful with your health. Means you must not play with your health. Most ministers of God have died early because they played with their health. Diabetes, cancer, heart issues, lung issues, kidney failures, heart failure, low cholesterol, high cholesterol, kill so many people. No matter how great your destiny is, without your physical body, you are returning back to God. Because legally, the legal entry into this earth is through procreation by a body. We only have one body per lifetime. Once your body dies, your spirit, the real you, is coming out. No matter whether you like it or not, you are checking out of this world and you are standing before God for judgment. That is it. So the devil wants you to check out of this world, to get out of here. So the devil will attack your body. That's why you've got to be careful. Always pay attention to your health. Don't despise your health. Don't play down on your health. Once you notice any symptom, don't joke with it. Go for a medical checkup, man of God. Check your body. This also extends to all believers. Check your health. It's not a sin to take drugs. Take drugs, take medication. You must know the kind of drugs you take, understood? But you should check your health state. Be always mindful of what you eat, what you drink. Don't eat junk food. I don't have the time to elaborate on that, but always put your health under attention. Always watch your health. As much as you invest into your spiritual life, invest into your body. Invest. Eat good food, drink good water. Take time and take care of your body, your skin. Have a shower. Take good care of yourself so that you will live longer, so that your body will not deteriorate. As you spend time with God, as you receive revelations, as you fulfill your calling, you must also take care of your health. Are you listening to me? The third thing you do is to be careful. Don't involve yourself in issues that can kill you. As a minister of God, I'm telling you 3 things you can do to extend your lifespan based on the revelation I've taught you. All right? So you should always spend time to be careful. Do you get what I'm saying? Be very careful with yourself. Be very careful with yourself. Okay? Don't be out every time. Always be security conscious. Always check your movement. Always watch where you go. Don't be around everywhere. Don't go anywhere you want to go. Always be security conscious. Why I'm saying this is so that Satan does not take advantage of your carelessness to kill you. Many ministers of God were assassinated. Some of them were shot dead. It's not God's will. It's because they were careless. So you ought not to be careless. Always watch your movement. Always watch where you go. Always watch what you say. Do not do or say anything that will provoke anything that can end your life. Okay, so don't go about having confrontations with people. Stay away from confronting witchcraft often. Yes, most ministers of God die because they go into some spiritual exercises that they are not mature for. See, whenever you challenge something that's stronger than you, or you want to do something that's higher than you, you die. And once you die, you are dead. So always try your best to be very, very careful. I don't know if you're hearing me. Try your best to be very careful. Okay, don't go out at night. Always be security conscious. Watch your step. Be security conscious and ready to defend yourself. Watch what you say. Watch the things you do. Don't argue too much with people. Don't go about having problems with people so that the devil does not inspire someone with thoughts to kill you. Because many people, many ministers of God, their lives are under threat because of what they said or because of what they did. So you've got to be very careful so that Satan does not take advantage of anything to end your life. Because Satan wants you to die. He wants you to leave this world. Because the souls you are snatching from hell, do you think the devil is happy with it? The people you are saving, the sick people you are healing, you are literally delivering people from the devil's hands, snatching people from the snares of hell. Do you think Satan will be happy with you? He wants you to go. Now you are protected, but you also have a role to play. Be very careful. Be very careful. And as you play your part, God will play his part. Once you do your best, God will do his best. And once you do and play your part and do what is right, God must surely keep to his word. And we see God blessing and keeping you long enough to fulfill your calling. And when you're done, you return back to the Father and you receive your reward and enter into your rest. The Lord bless you in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.